Niggas crash that horn. My niggas them told me make peace before you go to war. I said fuck that, I wanna drill 9 then drill some more. Smoke my man in the face, yeah that point got scored. Couldn't give a toss about law. Niggas no CP. More time if it was done by the 7, it was done by me. I ride for my G's, put my heart on the streets. So if you see me, that's not my teeth. So chat tough and I'm spinning round. Arch the upside, I spin the sounds. When I spin the bangs, try and know that's a nigga down. And where I'm from, we always know to keep things around. All the risks that the team be taking. That's why my nigga Nero's money.
Salute all, if there's anyone there. Nitty G, salute to you, brother. Straight fighter, salute, Josh. Mr. Johnson, you dusty ass nigga. Salute to you, Mike. DT, salute. Finally caught a live stream. Oh, salute to you, DT. Tyrone, salute. If you won't get on anyone, Underground Asylum, salute to you, my good brother. If anyone wants to get on, you're more than welcome. Just let me know and I'll drop you a link. I haven't been on here for a while, so I just thought I'd do a live stream talking about up and coming fights. All right, Ty, I'll send it to you now, bro. Just bear with me a minute, mate. Will Magic Man, what's good, Will? Hope you're good out there, bro. What's going on here now? Gmail. You all got to do is send. All right, mate. Yeah, Soldier Boy, salute to you, brother. I'll send the links over now. Excuse me. Send Tyrone one quick, and we'll get into tonight's show. You all good out there, anyway? I'll send you one now, Mike. Mr. Johnson, send. Right, you should get that any minute now, Mike. I've just sent it to you, and I've sent you one, Ty. Right. I'll kick off anyway, and if Tyrone and Mike jump on, then they can join in. So, starting off, I want to talk about this fight tomorrow on the undercard. And Tyrone's here now. Salute to you.
Finally, caught your dusty ass, motherfucker. Talking all that shit. Huh?
Mr. Johnson. You all right, bro?
Yeah, don't make me have to show up in the UK and beat that ass.
Yeah. You all right, Michael?
Yeah, just drinking and driving.
Drink driving. Bloody hell. You all right, Tyrone?
Yeah, all good.
Oh, good. Right, so Mike, just quickly, because I want to burn through these fights. Tomorrow, mate, this fight got postponed. It should have been way back in, I think it was May it should have been fought. But anyway, it's going ahead tomorrow. This, for me, Mike, is... I know a lot of people don't know about this fight, but I think this could be the fight of the night, this, Mike. And the reason why I'm saying that is because Prodan is unbeaten in 20 fights. No, yeah, he's unbeaten in 20 fights. He's got 19 wins, 1 draw, 15 knockouts. And Marku is unbeaten as well. He's got 8 wins. But anyway, Mike, this to me is reason I like this fight as well, Mike, is because Marku got 11% more than to me, the risk take. I just think someone's getting time.
Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah.
I think you're cutting in and out, Laws.
Long story short, Laws is picking Marco to win. That's only and that's Marco is Laws buddy. You know what I'm saying? He
Yeah, I've
always
seen,
picking him to win fights and shit. I think he'll get this one, but I when you go and look at the odds, some people was I think from what the post I saw is that people were picking his opponent to win because the odds are good. That's what I saw somebody do on Twitter. People talking about the fight though, which is I don't know if Laws know, but people are are watching that fight. They're looking at old Marku, you know.
yeah. I
Can you
it's
ask me?
Yeah,
you
you're breaking in and out.
just breaking up.
Fuck
You better tell the little
you,
punk to get off the damn game. He's taking up all the bandwidth.
Hmm.
and you up freaking internet is not stay.
Yeah, it's still. You should go out and come back in and try that. Yeah, it's not. No. Uh,
You're
nah.
still breaking up.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Tyrell, how you been, man?
I've been okay. It's my. This is it for me now. It's my last semester, and then off to the working world.
Oh, that's right. Ready to slave? You ready to slave or what?
Slave. Yeah. I mean, I'll get. Pretty sure I'll get pretty good money starting, but I'm not really trying to work for 40 years or up until I'm really don't want to do what I'm doing till I'm 40. I want to be out before then.
Well, hey, it's possible, but you know, it's also possible for you to retire out of one job and get another one to get that retirement check. You know what I'm saying? It's possible for you to go that route too. Possible for you to get two retirement checks. You know,
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
like you can
Yeah,
do
we
it.
can hear you, Lost.
Oh, can you hear me clear?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. I don't know what it is, mate, but every time I go fucking live, I always have fucking technical problems at the start. I boosted
You
my
know what I always
internet.
tell people to do, Laws?
Yeah.
Unplug that damn router for about like 10, 20 seconds. Turn that bitch back on, and then wait for your computer to connect, and then go live. Or
Oh,
make sure your computer make sure your computer ran all its updates before you go live. Because when's the last time you used that
yeah.
computer?
Yeah, my computer's updated, bro. I updated it the other day. And
Oh,
I upgraded my internet, mate, to fiber optic, but I don't know. Probably because I live out in the fucking sticks. That's probably why.
no, it ain't. It's them.
Well, it's not very fucking clear. I know that. Watch a salute to you, bro. If you want to get on, you're more than welcome. Anyway, I want to kick on. Mickey Dub, salute to you. And
I can send him a link.
yeah, all right. I'll just drop it in the chat if anyone wants to get on. What's this, bro? Peanut. So I hope the WBC Bridgeweight gets cancelled. Pure God. Oh yeah, for real. Yeah, most definite. I agree with you. Anyway, right. So tomorrow, that for me is I'm looking forward to that fight, man, because I honestly believe someone's getting knocked out. That Prodan's no mug, mate, and end of the day, man, you got a lot. I take my hat off to Marku because end of the day, the guy's only had 9 fights, and he's fighting someone who's got 11 professional fights more than him. And that to me is a risk taker. I like people who take a risk like that. Someone who's not going to get shielded and try and protect his own. And do you know what I mean? Like Conor Ben, fucking. asking, getting his team to fucking ask David Andresian to hand his belt over to vacate his belt. Well, what kind of bullshit's that? It's like Mark who said to Conor Ben, who have you fought who's unbeaten in 20 fights? And the answer's no one. He ain't fought no one who's unbeaten in 20 fights. So, like I say, Mike, just because I'll get on to the next fight, unless you two want to talk about it.
Yeah, let me get on that.
Yeah, that's the fight I'm really looking forward to the most. Go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, I saw that. He got pissed off, like because his old boy was trying to hit on his gangster and shit like that. What he be doing? And he was like, "Fuck that, we could go right now." And then when Hearnson was like, "Nah, mate, come on, settle down." I was like, "Shut your bitch ass up!" Like these are fucking, some of these guys, are like that's what they do, and that's what they like to do. They like to fight, and no matter who's around, what the laws is, and all that stuff, they don't care about that. It's like that's the reason why you shouldn't have face off sometimes. When people are doing certain things, there ain't no need to have a face off. Like there ain't no need to put two pit bulls in front of each other with some weak ass fucking chain around their neck that is gonna break, and they gonna somebody gonna get hurt.
Yeah.
And I don't think there was no need for a face off, because I think if anything, if that dude would have said anything slick, I think Marco would have fucking went off on him.
Slick. He can't speak the language.
Yeah, but he can't speak. He know enough. If you listen to the interviews that he been doing in the press conference, he know enough. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not like Canelo Alvarez going around here not wanting to know English in a world that all the contracts are in fucking English. Where you fight is English. It's either gonna be Britain or the US. You can take your pick. It's English. It's either gonna be the Queen or Biden. English.
I agree with what Wavy said in the chat here. That was a little exaggerated. I mean, again, whenever I see these things, I don't fool me once sort of a thing. Like it can't happen more than twice to me. Like, I don't see stuff like this as real. So they go back and forth pushing. Both of them don't really know how to communicate to each other. That just screams desperation for views. And please watch the fight. I don't
think that's the case, Tyrone.
Yeah, I don't think I disagree
because you gotta understand, Tyrone, is like when people speak different languages and stuff like that, it's hard for them to get their words out and stuff like that. And when they say things, they might not understand things that's coming towards them. You might not understand things that's coming towards you. That's why it's kind of animated. Like look at Anthony Joshua, for instance, right? He's from the UK, right? So the way he walks around and some of the shit he say, it might sound lame, dumb, and squarish to us, but to some people, they get and understand what he's saying.
But I'm saying it's like the typical pushing and shoving, like Plant Canelo the other day. I mean, just things like that. When I see things like that, I just close the browser. I just close I just walk away, because it's that works on the casuals, but doesn't work on me. Like I've seen this hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of times where people push and stuff. People do a lot of talking during the press conference. Press conference are really, for me, I don't see them as important. I don't
think they was playing, but I'll give you this though. Tyrone, I don't think Canelo was playing. I don't think Marco was playing.
I don't, Mike. I agree.
I think Jarrell Miller and Anthony Joshua was playing, or Jarrell Miller or Anthony Joshua was in on the joke. But I don't think Jarrell Miller really wanted to fight. I just really think he was trying to just sell a bad boy role. You know what I'm saying? Because you wouldn't push nobody if you really wanted to fight them, or you push somebody because you want to disrespect them and you know you can't hit them because the fight might be off. But I don't think they're playing. But I'll give you this though, Tyrone, straight up. I don't give a fuck what happens at these press conferences. It's not gonna make me want to watch the fight more or not.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give you that. So
Well, to me, I agree with you, Mike. I don't think he was put on because end of the day, but a lot of people don't like Marky. Well, I'm not saying a lot of people don't like him. There is some people that don't like him because he's a shit talker. But what I don't mean talking shit. I mean, because he basically the man's super confident. He's super confident, and you can't. And at the end of the day, I can't knock some. I like super confident people because I'm not a very confident person myself, but I thrive off people's energy who are confident. I love having people like that around me, and that's what I like about him. He's willing. He's willing to fucking. He's telling you he's going to knock you out and shit like that. What the fuck's that?
Pinto beans.
All right. He's telling you he's going to knock you out. I mean, it's all to. I know some of it might be to sell the fight and that, but he can really sell a fight on his own. He really can. He's got such a big following now over here. But that for me is a fight I'm looking forward to. He might come unstuck. I don't know. I'm just saying. Me personally, I think I think that's going to be the fight for me. That's my fight. What I'm more interested in that fight than I am the Usyk and Joshua fight, and that's God's honest truth. Volts has put Florian sells loads of tickets to the Albanians in London. Lost, yeah, exactly. He's got a fucking massive following. You got to think this guy's been fighting, not in boxing, but he's been fighting all his life. He was a kickboxer. Who do the guys think Florian will fight next if he KOs Broda? Well, wavy take. That's a very good question. I don't know, but I tell you one thing: if he knocks Brodan out tomorrow, this sort of it sort of puts him on. Well, for number one, it's going to put him on the map because he's on the undercard. So he's in fighting in a 60,000 seat stadium. Number two, I'm not saying it's going to catapult him up the world rankings, but I'm saying them European fighters and stuff like that, like David Anavician and fighters like that, they fighters like that, they need to be careful because he's starting to glide up the ladder. And if he smashes in a few of them highly ranked European fighters, next level is world level, or tapping on world level door. Bruce, go sweet GOG. I hope you're good out there.
What's up, Bruce? What's happening?
Right,
Law's right. You absolutely right. If he smashes some of them, those UK guys that's up there trying to go for the British title and stuff like that, they ain't got no choice because that's some of these other guys' road to fame. Yeah. I mean, look what Fish Eyes and Edwards doing, and that's what they should do. They should push the British title and the Commonwealth, two different belts, right?
Yeah.
They and push those belts. Like the U.S. should push the belts that we have out here, but they don't. And the reason why they don't is because they got pushed out the fucking way a long time ago. But that's the way it should do. That's how you create competition. If you want to beat somebody with less money, you have you got the Asian belt, you know what I'm saying, all that stuff. That's how you do it. But
exactly
the North American belt and all that stuff, they don't want to do it out here. Really, people do have those belts, but they don't weigh as much as the Commonwealth and the British belt when it comes to getting a championship fight.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean, Mike. Too many fighters, right, trying to steer around doing the hard work and get a place up there without doing any work. And that's why I always go in on Conor Benn. It's not because I hate him, mate. It's nothing to do with that. It's because he's been handed a golden ticket because of his promoter, his dad, who his dad was, and stuff like that. I mean, his team asking David Anavician to vacate his belt. Why? He fought for that belt and won it. And that's what pisses me off. And that's why I like Marku, because he's going the hard way through it, trying to climb up the ladder. And like I say, if he smashes Prodan tomorrow, because that's a big, It's not going to be an easy fight, man. This is going to be a dust up of a fight. But if he beats Brodan tomorrow, then he's putting him in the right direction, and people better start taking note. And you can see clearly why fucking Conor Benn doesn't want fighting, because to me, like as I've always said, I believe he gets knocked out, and I think he gets knocked out brutally off him, and not only off Marku, David Anavician wipes the floor with him. But anyway, that's the fight I'm looking forward to tomorrow. So let's, if we're all done on that, I'd like to talk about the next fight then. Or does anyone else want to chime on about it?
No, you
Smash
can.
that like button as well, because it
I don't know, Tyrone. You got something?
Yeah, you said about Mr. Ben.
Yeah, go on, Ty. Yeah,
Hold up, one second. Oh, one second.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Stop interrupting Tyrone, man. You see you talking on the phone?
about Mr. Ben, right?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I think I told you. I think I commented on one of your videos. You made a video about, is he any good? Yeah, he's no good. I don't think he goes really anywhere. I mean, the opponents as of recently, people keep saying he's improved. No, he has not improved at all.
No.
The opponents haven't. The opponents for him have improved for his style, meaning they're closer to his style. So they're perfectly picked opponents that he's been able to look good against. I really thought that last guy could get at Granados, but I don't know what happened. I think he's done. He's totally done. And just look at his box rec. I mean, there's so many red L's there. It's just he's done, I think.
I tell you what, you've just hit the nail right on the head there. I watched that fight. I watched it whilst I was getting ready.
Then he had the nerve to say he thought he won.
I'm telling you now, mate. Wavy takes, but Granado's had no power at all. Yeah, no. I mean,
is it the weight? Is it the weight? Since he moved up to 47, he could get anything done. All he's ever lived on was him beating Amir Imam. Amir Imam was a great amateur.
Oh, Trick, no, he salutes you, Trick. I hope you're good out there, bro. Salute to
Imam
you.
He's going to go Lubin.
Can I just say this quickly? I'm sorry to keep butting in. If Marku had fought Granados, I think he'd have knocked him out.
Yes.
I definitely think he'd have knocked him out. I don't know what it is about Conor Benn, man. I think
what it is. I think what it is, Tyrone. I mean, I think what it is that, you know, he needs to sit back for a minute and actually work on his craft. That's what he needs to do, and he needs to find a good trainer. He needs to find somebody somewhere that knows him and how he boxes and make him better, because what's going to happen is he's going to keep. I mean, we could go down a list of people that's around his age, from Tunde to all these other guys that you know, trainers and stuff like that ain't made nowhere. But you know, look, you gotta pick somebody, man. You gotta find somebody. You got money. You got fucking money.
He needs to go to America, like what Joshua Buatsi's done, and
but that's what I've been saying for a minute. And it's not a bad thing. What boxing should be considered like martial arts. Like when I said on this live stream a long time ago, back in the days, everybody used to go to Thailand, China, Japan, Philippines, and learn from them, then come back and then get in the UFC. And then get these karate tournaments.
Yeah, there are a couple of UFC fighters who went to Thailand and
back in the days, it was a lot of them, including Michael J. White. You know what I'm saying? Including him. A lot of people used to go overseas and learn things from other people, and then come back and teach other people, and also get better at themselves. Because, really, to tell you the truth, boxing should not be kept in the box.
No, exactly, Mike. Yeah,
I will say though, like,
totally agree.
Like, they do run after the. There are better trainers here than Virgil Hunter and Buddy McGirt. Those are just big name trainers over here. Joel Diaz. Those guys aren't really that good if they don't have a finished article with them. They really can't take anybody from debut. There are guys here, and if you didn't watch that Malik Scott interview on Drew Titans, watch that and him talking about.
Can someone drop the link in the chat for me? Trick wants to jump on.
Yeah,
Trick, this motherfucker.
And he talked about how some of these trainers, especially some of these old guys, they just put the towel over their shoulder and just sort of, live off of a name. I think the important thing is to go to a guy who's knowledgeable, who's UTR under the radar, and knows the sport inside and out and knows how to work with them. Buddy McGirt did nothing for Chisora. That was just a 15.
That was too late. That's too late in the game to be trying to do that shit, and it was too soon. He didn't have that much time to even learn anything from him, really. But I would give him this.
Trick, I've got you.
He did seem to somewhat improve on things, but it's still the same Chisora.
Yeah, well, right, let's not go off subject because I'm going to come to him.
Well, this is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
right?
Go on.
So when you go ahead, Laws.
No, I'm just saying, let's try and keep on track. I've dropped you the link. Oh, Tyrone's done it anyway, but I have sent it to you.
So can I say the thing? Can I talk about the friend thing, or do you want me to switch up?
No, go on, Mike. Go on, bro.
Okay. So when I was saying the box thing, going to somebody's gym, right? Like Deontay Wilder sparring with Klitschko, right? That only works if you paying attention to Klitschko and instructions that Klitschko was given by his trainer. So you would basically have to mirror him while he in the gym to learn something, because you might get that one-on-one that Klitschko was getting with his trainer. You just sit there to help him for a fight. You're an employee. See what I'm saying? And that's what I get from a lot of people that have done that. It seems like they weren't in those positions. They were just in a position to help somebody else that's tall, that got a decent job and all that stuff to help out with the next fight. And that's the reason why I'm a big proponent. Like, I play football. The best thing for me is to go out there and when I hear other players, wide receivers, having practice as a DB, is to go out there and show up and practice with them, give them a look. And the reason why that is that I get to learn from what they've been taught to help me with my craft. Because not everybody's going to come off the line the same.
Exactly.
Receivers going to run the same.
Yeah, I totally agree. Because just mute your mic whilst you're running, bro, and then unmute it when you talk. So there's a bit of feedback, or someone's got feedback.
What's up, Trick? I see you out there doing big things, helping everybody out, homie. I see you.
What you got to say, Trick? I don't think he can hear us.
Man, he got the sweatsuit on. He getting a warm up in. That's what he's doing. He got to put that work in. Look at him.
Yeah, Trick's always on running machine. Can you hear us, Trick?
Yeah, I was trying to hook my thing up, man. It's not working. What's up, y'all? All right, man?
Yeah, you, brother.
You getting your warm up in? That's what you're doing? Don't hurt nobody. Don't hurt nobody.
He's down south.
I know, right?
We good.
Y'all doing all right?
Yeah, good to see you, Trick. Good to see you.
Hop off for a minute. Get my run on. Hey, boss, man, where you been, man? I ain't seen you since LeBron was a rookie.
I've been in and out. I haven't been doing a lot, Trick, because TJ, salute to you, brother.
Okay, cool.
I've not been doing a lot, mate. I don't know. To be honest, mate, I just haven't bothered.
I don't know what I'm saying. Hold on.
Yeah. Trick, so let me ask you a question then, bro. Because I want to move on from this Marku and Prodan fight. I want to talk about the Joshua Usyk fight then tomorrow. Who have you got and why? And I'll go round the board. Can you hear us, Trick?
What's up?
Yeah, I'm saying tomorrow's fight with Usyk and Joshua. Who have you got and why?
You know what, man? I got a feeling that Joshua gonna hurt him somewhere between 7 and 8. He gonna throw some punches on him, and referee gonna jump in and stop it. I don't know why I got that feeling.
Yeah.
But at the same time, because you're controversial.
Right.
I mean, lost, but I mean that's happened a lot with a lot of fighters. You know what I'm saying? That got a belt. You know, step on in, man. It makes sense to me.
Yeah. Let me have Tricky's fell off again.
What
you guys
what's
talking
happening?
about?
My bad.
What's the topic right now?
I've got 2 tricks. Right, there it is. No, what I was saying is, I'm talking about Usyk and Joshua now.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you see winning and why?
Well, I said I think it's going to be Joshua by like a close, like controversial decision.
Right,
I
yeah.
want to see the landlord back. I want to see that come forward guy. Just wrecking shop. I think ever since that, whatever happened to him versus Ruiz, he's been very like gun shy and I think it's going to be like they're going to try to play at this chess match sort of a thing for as long as they can, and I think he'll realize that he runs out of time towards 12 rounds. I think he'll get the nod, but I don't know. And Usyk, listen, Usyk is a pound for pound fighter, man. Usyk is one of the best fighters in the world right now. I don't know about at heavyweight, but
Who told you that?
I mean he is.
disagree.
Usyk is. He is one of the best fighters in the
I
world.
think he's a good fighter. Right, well, I'm going to ask.
Who told you that?
Yeah.
It's the truth.
let me say mine, and I'll ask Watcher, and then Mike, and then Trick if he comes back.
I said I don't know about heavyweight, but as far as his skill set, I mean he is, and his resume, I mean undisputed in like what 16 fights. He has to be.
Yeah, Mike, I know what you're going to say. I'm itching to go on it.
Let's pump the brakes there a little bit. College graduate, soon to be.
Yeah. Right.
For the second time.
Right. Yeah. Well, for the second time. Yes. I'm sorry, my brother.
Thank you.
But, no, I don't mean to offend now. I'm going to get beat up. But
Mike, let's get to it.
I'll send Javon Bussy Hill after you.
Stupid as fuck for that. I don't want his sweet ass nowhere near around
the cocoa butter.
No, let's get to it then. Right.
Bro, let me get to it. Look, Usyk is a good fighter, but as far as cruiserweight concerned, it wasn't like there was a lot of stiff competition out there. A lot of those guys, like we didn't even really rate those guys because of how it is. Like right before Deontay Wilder got on the scene, it still was a problem as of in the heavyweight division. Who is the next guy and stuff like that? That's why you see people like Eric Molina, Chris Areola, Bermaine Stabern, what's his name? The guy that's in Deontay Wilder's camp right now, and Lanius. A lot of these guys, being ranked before Wilder, because there wasn't really a big, push heavyweight scene out there to where people can actually tell who was the top dog around these corners. That's the reason why I can care less. I hear pound for pound list every day, but I can care less about pound for pound and accolades, especially people say they undisputed or they unified and stuff like that, or they have a belt and stuff like that, because, at the end of the day, it's up to you as the consumer to put that stamp on it. Nobody out there should be telling you who's number one pound for pound or 5, 6, 7, 8. That's up to you. Nobody should be telling you as the boxing fans that we are on who's what. We should be making those decisions because as individuals, because at the end of the day, anybody could be up there if we look at it that has a belt. Anybody could be up there that has semi accomplishments. But at the end of the day, who can beat who? Who can beat who?
Totally agree, bro.
That's what it's all about. Who can be like you could base if you was to base accolades and all that stuff. Look how far anyway it'd be up there up in the rankings. But we all know if any of those guys was in the same weight class as him, they'd whoop his fucking ass.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Yeah.
That's the reason why I base everything off who can beat who.
Yeah.
If they was in the same weight class. Now that he's in heavyweight, when you look at Usyk and how he's fought in his last couple of fights at heavyweight, and you stack him up, I believe Louis King Kong Ortiz will whoop his ass. I think Dillian White will give him hard work. I think Derek Chisora will give him. I think Derek Chisora, but if he was actually fucking trained and get better trainer, he'll give him better work. I think Oscar Rivas, if he was training like he was supposed to, like
that's
I was
a good fight. That's a
he
good
will
fight.
give him
That
some good
Oscar
work.
Rivas and,
I think Andrew Ruiz will whoop his ass. You know what I'm saying? But you know, it's up to you, Tyrone, like us. That's the reason why we always have arguments, because we should be the ones making that type of things and not ESPN and the Ring magazine and not Box Rec, because all of them is just based off of some bullshit.
I mean, the only reason I've always said Usyk was a good fighter, but just seeing things like I saw Clarissa Shields pound for pound list, I nearly fall over. I mean, that was awful. I mean, did she have her eyes closed or something?
Yeah, I mean, but Tyrone, that's the thing. That's the thing. I didn't get mad at it when I saw it. I just said, well, that's her opinion. Whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Go ahead,
Lord. I mean, because I want to bring Watcher in
because Tyrone, she don't watch boxing like you do.
No, probably not.
No, ain't no fucking probably, Tyrone. She don't.
Right, listen. Do you know what makes me laugh? Right. I don't know how it is over there, but how it is, what I have seen about it over here, and I want Watcher to come in the next after this, is what got me thinking the other day is when Derek Chisora was due to fight Usyk, right? I can remember the whole build up to that fight, even before the actual fight was ever made. A lot of people who I spoke to, and a lot of people in the boxing channels and on the boxing in the chat, a lot of people gave Derek Chisora more chance, including me. I did, because I made a video saying that Chisora was going to knock him out. More people gave Derek Chisora a chance of beating Usyk than what they have over here now. And the reason why I'm saying that is because everyone who I've spoken to, everyone's saying Usyk's gonna fucking starch fucking AJ tomorrow. He's gonna knock him out and he's gonna do this.
No.
And I totally agree with what Mike said before. When Usyk was fighting, okay, he can't take nothing away from the boy. He became undisputed, which is a fantastic thing to do. But let's be real. Who the hell was in that fucking... Who was in that cruiserweight division? The cruiserweight division has been poor for years. It's been poor for years. And I watched him fight Derek Chisora and Chad Weatherspoons, and he's done nothing in them fights to make me, as Ty says, go, woo, this guy's going to do something. Now, what I don't understand is, why do people give Derek Chisora more of a chance of beating him than what Anthony Joshua has? There's no fucking way on earth that Derek Chisora is a better boxer than Anthony Joshua. There's no way on earth that Derek Chisora has got better boxing skills than Anthony Joshua. And there's no way on earth that Derek Chisora hits harder than Anthony Joshua. So why are people saying that Usyk's going to starch him, he's going to do this?
Well, Well, Laws, that's not what Tyrone says.
That's not
Tyrone
what I
said,
was
I'm not on
looking.
about Tyrone. I'm on about like
no,
people that I've been speaking to.
hold up. He says that ain't nothing to blow my hair back.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Let's get it right. Come on.
Yeah.
I mean, Derek Chisora has tenacity. Derek Chisora is a badass. By his self-proclaimed. He was out there shooting shotguns and shit earlier, the same shotguns that he was saying that I'm going to kill David Hay with. You know what I'm saying? And he's a man's man. Can nothing about Derek Chisora be said that you can't say that he's not a man's man? You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to Dillian White and all them, it's kind of like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? And that's the reason why people love Derek Chisora. And they give him a chance, I think, because of his when he gets in the ring, he does have that hunger. But and you just have to knock him, he won't stop. But the thing about it is he don't have no stamina and he doesn't have a good game plan.
Exactly.
Yeah.
To me, because I'm going to hand it over to watch it. To me, I don't see Usyk doing anything. All this talk of he's going to take him to the later rounds and drown him and all that. And I was speaking to someone in the OG's comment section the other day. He was saying, "Well, why is Anthony?" I'm not even an Anthony Joshua fan, but I'm just trying to be realistically. This is like David and Goliath fight. He's not got the reach. He's definitely not got the power to knock him out. The only way for me he can win is if he's on his bike all night and he throws combos. But we all know if he doesn't knock him out, he ain't gonna get that decision. So he's got to take a punch to give a punch, and if he goes to fight on the inside or fight in the pocket, he's gonna get fucking whacked out of there. Watch it. Over to you, bro.
What's up? That was
And you heard to fuck up with what you got to say too, because you've been missing in action too, just like fucking Laws. So
no, I haven't. I've been here for a while, Mike. I've been here for a while.
He's got it in for us. Watch you.
Yeah, man. Very intriguing fight for me. I always wanted to see it because I remember like back in late 2017, early 2018, they were talking about this. I remember freaking Edward Hearn was freaking, bumping his lips about it and everything. I mean, it's taken this long, let's be real, but
3 years.
I think in this fight, I don't think it will be too action packed. I think both guys are going to try feel it out, and they're going to be looking for their counter. So, pretty much, when that first round goes, in my opinion, I think like we're going to see Joshua like adopt what he did like last time in the Pulev fight, where he's kind of just bouncing a bit and just measuring and everything. And Usyk is a slow starter, so I think early on it will be, pretty technical in that aspect of just them trying to figure each other out and everything. But what I noticed when Usyk fights, he always looks for a pull counter. Like he'll step back and then he'll pop you with the 1-2.
His straight left is his straight left. He doesn't really put his back foot isn't all the way there. Like he steps back just a little bit and just throw that. That's probably his best punch. That straight left.
It's very nice and
very good.
But the thing is, Joshua looks for the same thing. We saw it do it to him against Charles Martin. Okay, that was that. Then he got him out of there in like 2 rounds.
Martin had really tight pants. That was part of the reason.
Yeah. Well, I mean, fuck all that. I don't really care about his fucking pants. But regardless, I mean, they were tight, yes. But my whole thing with the fight is like, for me, Usyk is not a guy that gets in. Like he's used to fighting guys around his stature. And I know he's fought Joe Joyce in the amateurs, and he fucked Joe Joyce up badly in the amateurs. Okay, Joe blocked every punch with his face. Now, if they fought again, the things would be different for sure. But I've seen him fight tall guys and do a good job, but again, like when you're in the professional league and you are against guys that are low in weight, guys that have moved up from light heavyweight, some of these guys, you know.
Yeah.
I think Joshua has got to get the game plan of like Parker and Molina. So take the middle of the ring and walk the dude down and cut him off as best you can.
I think he will watch you.
Because I'm telling you, you're the bigger man in there. There's no reason for you to back up and everything and try a box. If he tries to do what he did against Pulev with his hands down and everything, it's not going to work out well because Usyk is very good at just exploiting that. He's very good at making you, you know, flinch and everything. But I'm telling you, Usyk, he likes to put his hands very high. And Joshua, he loves to hit that guard.
All that stuff and that, you know, that shit ain't going to work. I think, do you know what I honestly see? I'm sorry to butt in, Watcher. I honestly see a good ass whooping tomorrow. I see him getting bullied. Do you know how I think it'll start? Like you said, I think it'll start like the Povetkin fight did. The first 2 rounds, they'll be feeling for each other. And then I think Joshua will just think, you know what, I'll just get him up out of here. And I honestly think, what pisses me off is people saying, oh, yeah, well, Joshua's come down in weight. That to me is a sign of a man who's not confident. No, it's not. That to me is a sign of a man who's got a fucking boxing brain because he knows if he doesn't get him out of there and he goes to the later rounds, then at least he's got something in the gas tank to carry him over the finish line.
It's a good weight.
Because there's no guarantee that he's going to knock him out.
It's a good weight, I think. I think it's a good weight for him. Usyk was 221. So, I mean, that's like what Wilder came in for, like Brazil almost, you know, around that weight. Yeah. But, you know, again, Usyk's going to have to get in at some stage and he's going to have to work the body. But my whole thing is I just see either the counter right landing for Joshua when Usyk comes in or that uppercut. Yeah. If that uppercut lands, he'll be snoring.
Good night, Vienna for Usyk.
You know, but I'm gonna say, like, you know, Joshua likes to throw that left hook as well, and if he tries to headhunt, he'll just be missing all night. He needs to throw to the body. This fight is important for both guys to go to the body because other shit will open up for them. But you know, man, like Joshua, for me, he's got to go back to being the landlord, being aggressive.
The landlord.
You know, like against Klitschko, he was a fucking maniac in that fight. Like you remember, Loz, when he fought Klitschko early on, it was touch and go, this and that. When the 5th round came, when that bell went, ding ding, he fucking ran at him, and he threw fucking like 20 punches at him, and he ended up dropping him.
Did you see? It wasn't like he was. Did you see what Klitschko did to when he went down in that 5th round? Like Joshua was throwing like 20 punches. Klitschko just kind of put his hands over his head and was just like slowly going down, just kind of crumpling to the floor. I was just like, I remember that. But can Big Josh, Anthony Joshua, land that?
Yeah, but you know what? He got too fucking excited, which is something he's still got a little bit of, Joshua, you know, but he could afford to do that against Pulev because Pulev, he doesn't throw counters back.
No.
He'll either wait or throw.
And you know what, Watcher? I'm not saying it's going to be a walk in the park, bro. I'm not saying that. I honestly believe Usyk will score some good rounds. I think he'll steal rounds, but I don't know, bro. I just don't see. I've not been impressed by. I've watched Usyk's last 3 fights, man. I watched the Tony Bellew fight. I watched the Chad Weatherspoon fight, and I watched the Derek Chisora fight. And if you think over that period of time since he fought Tony Bellew, it's like 2 years ago.
You know, Chaz Witherspoon, by the way, he was actually 5 days before the fight. He was on his way to buying a diesel truck for his car lot before he got the call. No, seriously.
Yeah, I remember when I watched that Chaz fight, and in the first round, Chaz hit him with the right hand of the top, and his face was busted up. Look, again, I want it to be tomorrow a good fight because Like, I want to see some challenges being made. Like last time with Pulev, that shit was ridiculous, man. I mean,
that was
the fight should have been stopped in that third round where he turned his back, turning his back. I'm very against that, as you all know. You cannot do that shit. And you know, man, just like I hope Usyk turns up, and you know, I know he's game. He's a gamer, and you know, he wants this. Remember, he's been waiting for this.
It's gonna be like Will Magic Man said. He said it's gonna be like two porcupines on their wedding night.
Oh, Stormy, salute to you, bro. Stormy, if you won't get on, mate, you're welcome.
Well, Watcher, I believe if you hold up now. Let me say this out before y'all start fucking interjecting this shit. I believe if you turn your back during the fight in cowardness, like Watcher like to say, I think it should be an automatic 8 count.
I agree with that.
Automatic 8 count. I think they should allow, because sometimes the fighter just getting stung up and he can't do shit about it. And really, it's a knockdown. He's ready to go down. He can't defend himself. And if you look at where Pulev was, it looked like he was getting stung by fucking bees. Or why?
He was trying to get out of there.
He was waving his hands around and shit. Like he was getting stung by bees, like all over his body. He was like,
and did you see how he just did you see how he landed on the corner? Did you see how he was on the corner of the ropes on the post?
Yeah.
And then he put his hands up like, I'm still in this.
And Watcher was right. It is. To me, I think he's right. It is kind of like a powerless. But you know what I see in boxing is sometimes it's best to do what you're supposed to do. It's best to fight a certain way rather than get your fucking ass whooped.
Hope Tyrone's off with his fucking avatars off.
You know, but that's really all I had to say about that, because really, you know, 8 count to me, like when the ropes catch you, when you know if the ropes wasn't there, you know, standard 8 count. A lot of reps, they don't really do it quite too often. We've seen fights recently to where people, they land on the ropes and they like, keep fighting. No, like you would have fucking failed.
Yeah.
Like you was on your way to fall on your fucking ass and the ropes caught you. Like you gotta give people an 8 count, man. You gotta give because that gives the fighter time to recover, to get back in the fight. And then that also gives the opponent an advantage for having an 8-10 round.
Michael Hunter was counted when he fought Usyk. I was watching that fight live. Usyk just overwhelmed him. It was like he was being hit by like fucking like he was getting shot like from a machine gun or something like that.
He was not defending himself properly in that. You know, they could have stopped that fight because he wasn't defending himself properly.
I agree with Mike though. We paid good money to see these fights last, and for it to be stopped off of something, you know, off of like what's the word? What's the word? A convention, like fucking not like a loophole, but like there's a word I'm trying to use.
I know what you're saying.
You know, but off of a technicality, that's what it is. Off of a technicality, we basically, that's it. We lose our entertainment for the night, and we just have to move on to the next one or wait a whole another 2 weeks. A lot of those instances, those guys can keep continuing. I mean, Pulev lasted, you know, six more rounds.
Yeah, but he shouldn't have. This is what I'm saying though. Like Joshua has to get that aggressive side back that he used to have. Because remember when he was going through everyone, he was freaking winging them. They were getting stopped on the ropes and they were getting floored in the middle of the ring, right? Then the Ruiz fight happened, and then all of a sudden, the aura went, right? With the Pulev fight, it showed. You know, round 3, he had him. He really could have finished it. He really could have. But we get to round 9. And remember, in round 9, he knocked him out with 5 seconds left. I mean, you know, if Pulev maybe moves around a bit, that right hand doesn't land. So
I like that fight a lot.
In this fight, he has to be aggressive, Joshua. He has to.
I think no, Watcher. I think I think there's just certain people in this world, though, including fighters and just normal people in general. I think if you're on a roll where you're steamrolling people all the time, once you get fucking clocked, there's always that little fucking thingy in the back of you.
Well,
And it's not, just one sec, Mike, and it's not the first time he's been clocked. Let's remember, Klitschko put him on his arse. Andy Ruiz put him on his arse. So that little niggly bit, I don't think that can ever go away from a fighter.
Long is like one of those things. Like when Klitschko got him, he got the better of Klitschko at the end of the night.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? When Andrew Ruiz got him, he never got it back. He never knocked out Andrew Ruiz. He never made Andrew Ruiz look like he quit in the ring. He never made Andrew Ruiz forget where the fuck he was and spit his mouthpiece out. And make it to the whole world look like you actually fucking quit. Which I think he did quit because he didn't know where he was. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so until he knocks out Andrew Ruiz, he never had that shit back.
That's why a third fight is important between them two, Mike, to fucking put that to bed, because I don't think it's put to bed.
Even though need to see it one more time.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It'll never be, because he fucking did something to you that no man has never done before. He done something to you that you can't tell me, like, you ain't thinking about that every now and again.
Exactly.
As a grown man. As a fucking grown man. If you ever got your ass whooped in a street fight, or if you ever got hit hard enough, or you ever played a sport to where somebody ran you over bad, like football, American football, or did you something dirty in soccer or rugby, you will forever always, that will be forever always in your memory.
Yeah, of course.
And if Anthony Joshua says otherwise, he's a fucking lie.
That's what I'm saying, Mike. That's why. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think Joshua would beat him again.
No,
I think them two. That's an important fight. What needs to be run back again. You see, the difference there is when Lennox Lewis got beat off Hasim Rahman and Oliver McCall, he went back and he defeated them. So basically, yeah, it was 1-1, but he did them in style. AJ never did Ruiz in style. Okay, he outboxed him to a points victory, but he never did like what you said, Mike. He never put Andy Ruiz on the arse and made him look like he quit, or where he didn't know. But he
never touched his manhood.
Yeah. But I believe that I don't think AJ was himself that night anyway. Because when you seen him coming in the ring, he was like he was spaced out. Where am I? And asking what should I do? What should I do?
Put boxing, put the magnitude of this just in your head. You're in prison, right? And you can't do this, you can't do that, unless you whip this dude's fucking ass. He's telling you what to do. He's running the yard. Every time you get money from your family, he's taking the cut. Every time you go to the commissary to buy goodies, he's taking that shit. Until you beat that guy,
exactly,
you can't do nothing.
Yeah,
and that's how it was in the ring. He really took Anthony Joshua's cookies.
Yeah. I agree.
Well, I look at that fight and I'm like, there's so many openings I see that Joshua can take, and it's helpful for him because he's got the physical attributes to do it. Just like in this fight tomorrow, that's gonna happen. But
yeah,
I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, he brought these new guys into his training camp. I don't know what they've been teaching him. Again, I want to see more work on the inside from him as well, because I see him smacking the head. He said this camp he did less pads.
Yeah, he's been doing heavy bag, hasn't he?
Yeah, heavy bag, which is really good, right? I just want to see it. I want to see it. I want to see it in the ring.
Jeff used to have a heavy bag in his garage. Yeah. So are we all done talking about this, or do you want to move on to the next fight, or do you want to carry on?
Let me say
about
this. I don't really think. I mean, this is my opinion, just by watching.
What
I don't think.
this anyway after you, Mike. Sorry.
Yeah. I don't think a heavyweight needs to necessarily hit pads. Hitting the pads should only just be an exercise just for punch placement, just getting it right on a thinking level, like fast twitch muscle.
It's like tweaking,
level.
Mike.
Like when you see this dude pull back, bam, you know you hit it. But hitting pads as a heavyweight shouldn't be the thing. I think the most thing as a heavyweight right now should be more looked at is being light on your feet. Being light on your feet and stamina. If you got them two things, you will last a long way, because a lot of these heavyweights don't have stamina. A lot of these heavyweights ain't light on their feet.
Yeah. Well,
I'm not talking about footwork, like just foot placement. I'm talking about being light on your twinkle toes.
Yeah. Well, but Mike, that's the thing though in today's modern society, mate. I think everyone is just like bigger. I mean, and what I mean by that, Mike, you look at the heavyweights of yesterday and then look at the heavyweights of today. They're so much bigger. Like the bodybuilders of yesterday and look at the bodybuilders of today. They're fucking freaks. They're fucking out here.
But Lawrence, that's not true. It's not being light on your feet ain't being trained.
No, but I mean, they ain't got the stamina, bro. That's what I mean.
If you look at rugby, if you look at the NFL, when you see a lot of these big dudes, when you look at the NBA, some of these guys are weighing fucking 240, 250.
Yeah.
Some of these linebackers that's hitting people that's going full speed at them, that's 230, 40 pounds. Some of these linebackers are 240. And they ain't 6'6", but they light on their fucking feet.
It could be that there, Mike. They're not doing no fucking cardio or not enough cardio.
If you go to any basketball gym, you're gonna see a few fat dudes playing basketball light on their feet.
Yeah, it's obviously cardio there, Mike, isn't it? They're not doing enough of it.
No, it's not that. It's that these like athletic ain't just when people say athletic to me, it ain't being just fast. It's being able to move on the drop of a dime.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying, and that's what I mean. And coming to that comes cardio, doesn't it?
And why do you think you see Andy Ruiz doing ladder drills in his training?
Yeah.
Training to be lighter on his feet. It's see what Andy Ruiz is doing. When Andy Ruiz is light on his feet, you don't fucking see it because the simple fact is you don't know what's holding his shorts up. You don't know what's holding his shorts up. You can't tell that he's light on his feet the way he's moving. Andy Ruiz is light on his fucking feet. Yeah, he plants a lot for getting the inside, but how do you get in the inside?
Isn't it like skin removal surgery or something like that? I mean,
that's fucked up. I think
really bad. Well, Fury, and I always say this. I tell Watcher this. The best Fury we were ever going to see was the one who was getting ready to fight David Haye. That was 8 years ago. That guy is gone, and he's been gone for a long time now. He's just a disaster waiting to happen.
You think so, Tyrone?
Yep.
Huh.
The best one was the one who was going to fight Haye in 2013 until Haye pulled out.
Yeah.
I mean, he was in the best shape of his life. People talking about he was in shape for Wilder Fury 2. No, he weren't in shape. That's just fat. It's not muscle at all. No, he actually had abs, like real life abs. Imagine for Haye, for that Haye fight. Now, granted, he had the lighting and everything like that. He was bent over in a certain position, but I mean, he was ready to go for that fight. That guy is gone.
I think. Do you know what though, Ty? I think a lot of boxers, these heavyweights, don't put that work in anymore. I mean, look at Dillian White. Dillian White always, to me, I mean, some
No.
some fighters have just got that physique, though. They're not got that great of genetics. But I mean, Dillian White for me, just the best shape I've ever seen Dillian White in was when he fought Oscar Rivas. That was the
Nah.
best shape I ever seen him in.
He was on steroids.
What was he on?
Well,
Was
yeah,
he
well,
240?
that's
How
what
big
I'm
was
saying.
he?
That's the best shape I've ever
Was he
seen him in.
260?
But I've never seen him in fantasy. He always looks like he's got titties. He's always got. I mean, when he
You're gonna
fought,
see them again pretty soon
yeah.
against
Well, I'm going
Valin.
to come down to this now because I want to skip talking now because we've got a couple other fights I want to talk about. But yeah,
Okay.
what do you think about this? Watching, you can lead it off.
Oh man, oh man.
Before,
I don't know, man.
Say watching, just quickly, I will give him credit because I mentioned Otto Wilding a few weeks ago on a video. What I said, he should be somebody who he's fighting. But yeah, go on, watching my bad, bro.
No, all good, all good. That's good. I think it's an interesting one. I know why they picked Otto. I know why they picked him because he's just weak to the body.
Doesn't have the
What does Dillian do well? He's called the body snatcher for a reason. Okay, we can say what we want about him, but that body work of his is pretty nasty, you know. I was watching Dillian versus Hellenius last week, I think it was, and Dillian he does the same thing, but he hasn't fought many tall guys since. He goes in head first, feet last when he tries to fight tall guys and like rush in on them, and that's how he gets countered. And Otto Wallen is a taller guy. I think they got around the same reach. Wallen's best bet, and I spoke to Otto Wallen's manager actually, and he said that they want to fight Dillian on the inside.
Oh no!
Now Otto Wallen did well on the inside against Fury, but stylistically, that was different. Okay, Dillian is not going to let you just get off like that and sit on the ropes there. Okay, he likes to catch it and then shoot back, catch it and then shoot back. Like, look at what he did against Parker. Like, he manhandled him at times.
Yeah.
Derek Chisora even, he was countering him on the way in. So the best bet for Wallen is to box, like how we did against Brazil, counter, be smart about it. Yeah. Dillian will have to get in on him and rough him up and get him to the body. If Wallen fights him on the inside, he will quit.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Before you go, Ty, because I know where this is going. I think it's going to be me and Mike versus you and Watcher. But I'm just going to quickly say this because I'm going to roll for a fight, go for a smoke. I think this is a fucking tough fight. People don't give Otto Wilding his credit. And I'll let you chop it up now, bro, and I'll be back in a minute.
Yeah, I think
Well, go on, bro.
I'm still salty. I'm still salty that that Brazil didn't come in shape for that fight. Me and Michael, we were talking about, we were actually watching it live. You were saying stuff in the group chat about how bad of shape he was in and how Abel Sanchez wasn't really giving him the instructions he needed. But
just hit him. Just hit him on the shoulder.
It was the shape, dude. He just was stuck. He did hurt Wallen in round 9 and had him just cover up and go straight to the ropes because he was just being assaulted by those arm punches that Brazil was throwing. But, I mean, this is a different fight. I think White will manhandle him, and eventually get to him.
The thing that gets me, dude, is the motherfucker is unranked. He's not ranked.
Yeah, he's not ranked.
And Dillian's got to. If Dillian wins this, he's got to continue to cry about all the bullshit. Oh, where's my title shot? This and that. I'm not even gonna go over that shit. All I'm saying is
right. There you go.
Again, he can lose this one because he struggles against guys that move and know how to box.
I think
he can
White,
lose it. I think Dillian get it, but I won't be surprised if Dillian loses because, again, against Parker, he really struggled badly until he headbutted him.
Yeah, that first round because of the speed difference. I think White will get his title shot next versus Wilder.
Nah, he won't. He won't get it next. He fucked it up when he got his ass whooped by Povetkin.
But what does Wilder do if he can't get the undisputed fight?
Well, I showed all you guys. I showed all you guys the actual documents. And
Yeah, I saw that. I saw
you know,
that.
like
but-
actually what the WBC ruled. You know what I'm saying? They said that Dillian White, the WBC in a secret meeting with Dillian White agreed that Dillian White was supposed to get the winner of Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury. They were supposed to go into negotiations in December of last year. You see what I'm saying? And I think everybody knew. I think everybody knew it. I just think that maybe Tyson Fury's team thought that the whole time that maybe they had called Deontay Wilder to fight Dillian White, so Tyson Fury could fight Anthony Joshua. But like I'm saying is, with Ottawa in, Walter is right. He ain't got no business fighting that boy in the inside. Got no business. Alexander Povetkin quit throwing. Alexander Povetkin and Dillian White was going tit for tat with body shots, and Alexander Povetkin quit doing it and start trying to hit him on the outside to get into the inside, trying to escape those body shots. You know what I'm saying? It's like those body shots ain't nothing nice that he throws. But the flip side to that with Aldo Wallin is you don't have to fight the guy in the inside because when he throws those body shots, he allows himself to be wide open every single time. He sticks it to you. Those body shots that Dillian White, he really digs into them. Sometimes it makes him off balance. Sometimes it makes him overextend. And it gets him open every single time. And if I was Adam Wally, and I think there is a way for Adam Wally to win, but he can't be fighting that guy in the inside to win. Fighting him in the inside is I agree with Wancho on that. I think you really do need to examine yourself on how much punishment you can take to the body.
I just think it's, and he's longer, so his body is exposed more. You know, he can tuck his elbows all he wants. You know, Dillian is good at punching in between those spots and breaking those spots. You know, Dillian is a bully. You have to understand this. He's a bully. He likes to bully guys in the ring. Yeah, he thrives off it. Otto Wallen is a boxer. He's a standard Swedish guy that has that long range boxing style. But again, I don't know what it is with some of these guys that like to move. They do a good job for a little bit, and then all of a sudden, and this is even without much body punching or without much pressure, they just end up on the inside somehow. Ego. So Otto Wallen better hope his ego is in check because, you know, like I said, I think it will be competitive. I just feel like Dillian will get to this guy. I really do. You know, like Brazil. In my opinion,
he can win though. I think Adam Wally really can't win.
Yeah, I mean that's reasonable. Like, I can agree with that as well. Yeah,
if he boxes them, but if he like what you said, that's what they want to do. I think that's bollocks.
Man, I'm just I don't think Dillian's gonna land much significant shots over the top. I think Wallen is pretty good with his. I think he should slip punches more and use a bit more head movement. But overall, he's got pretty good defense up there. It's just that for me, to the body, like, my God, I just, you know, the way Fury was like getting to him at times, I thought, oh, come on. I thought like clinch or something, you know, like, you know, I mean, just don't worry about the inside. Be disciplined in your approach. Counter him because Dillian is so wild when he comes in. I'm telling you, like, the Povetkin fight, I saw no improvements at all. He was, you know, he is falling over his foot. I mean, that shit was hilarious. Povetkin didn't even get hit with a punch. And he's falling all over the ring. And Dillian couldn't even land a follow-up. Like, he just was swinging so wildly. He was missing every shot. He was getting off balance. That was in the first round as well, where you have balance. You're not fatigued or anything. I just, I don't know. It's a good fight, but it just gets me, the whole thing of like, just, wanting to fight on the inside. Just, that's not what I want to hear, just.
Only certain fighters, this is me, only certain fighters can do that. And he's not one of them. You know what I'm saying? If you want to fight Dillian White in the inside, that basically means that you're going to get off before he do. You know what I'm saying? You got to get off before he do. Like, you can't wait for him to throw. You can't wait for him to do this. Like, you got to get, because those body shots that he throws, some of those are going to make you off balance. You ain't going to be able to throw shit.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm not a trainer or nothing like that. You. But from what I see is like, I wouldn't do it if I was him. Even if I was a big guy, at his stature and stuff like that, I wouldn't do it because Dillian White is known to fade at the 6th, 7th round. He's known to fade.
Just for Otto Wallen, let Dillian be aggressive as he wants. All you got to do, I'm saying, when Otto Wallen is not on the ropes, he's effective, but I don't want any pity-patty shit. I want a strong, because his jab, for me, needs more strength in it. It's a good jab Otto Wallen has, but it just needs a little bit more because, the guy coming in, he's got to have that stick, pumping out. There's got to be a little bit on it at least. And, like, I would not advise the inside work. I'm sorry. Like, you got to get hurt there badly. You will get hurt there. Like, if this was Derek Chisora, I'd say the same shit because Chisora comes in at you and he wants to work you there on the inside. You just can't give guys that benefit.
But Derek Chisora has less disregard for defense than Dillian White.
Yeah. It's pity patty. Yeah, I mean, I see too much of that. I mean, yeah, like, I just hope it's a good fight. As with the fight coming up tomorrow, I mean, I might do a live commentary. I doubt it, but man, I think. Do you think Dillian White will be at the fight tomorrow? He'll probably be like, "Oh, I want Joshua next, this and that."
I mean, if I was if I was Dillian White and I had the money to get a good ticket, I'd go. Just straight up, like, you ain't got nothing else going down. Just showing up means the world to some of your fans and stuff like that, and just seeing how the fight goes out because who knows? You might fight Anthony Joshua again one day.
I mean, yeah, and I see Dean White there at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, and
Deontay White, like to say, his husband.
Yeah, he does that head movement as well. Like, he shifts it a bit. That was perfect, Mike. But, Dean White, he's a beggar. He's a beggar, that one. He's out here trying to, get people out and, talk to them. And, like I bet you anything after the fight, if Joshua wins, he's going to go up and say, you know what, bro, well done. But can you give my brother a shot, this and that? The same shit you did with Wilder. When Wilder couldn't even go to Brixton and give a speech to the youth there without being interrupted by this guy, But, fuck him. I'm just hoping for a good event and, yeah,
Yeah, I understood where he was coming from with showing up with Deontay Wilder, but it definitely wasn't a good look when you knew what it was for. Like, that was kind of pansy. Like, you could have fucking, been discreet about it and caught him outside, like waited, lurked and stuff like that. Not walk up in there and be like, yo, man, this and the third in front of some fucking kids and shit. Like get your your weird ass up out of here. If that's the case, maybe Dillian White should have showed up and helped Deontay Wilder out with the kids.
Yeah, maybe the tide will turn there a bit. More.
Yeah, I mean,
I
that's
never
what I
thought
would
of
have
that.
done. Oh, he coming here. He going into this gym. Let me go over there. Oh, a whole bunch of kids in here. Man, I'll help you out. Blah, 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 with a whoop. I know I'm mad about you and stuff like that. I'll whisper in your ear and shit like that. But, at the end of the day, that's the reason why when you see his Cass case with Dillian White and all that other shit, and it's that is saying in there, like, I'm not the best person at explaining things and stuff like that, but you can't tell a judge that or anybody that you have been fighting stiff competition since 2016 when you've been having a promoter run your whole career and that tough fighter shit since 2016 ain't relevant. It's a lie. It has holes in it. Like, your argument to the judge has holes. If somebody was to rebuttal, then they would say, why he didn't fight Anthony Joshua? Why he didn't fight Dominic Brazil? Why he didn't fight King Kong Ortiz? Why, if you knew all this stuff was going on with the WBC and you, why did you still continue to go on the same route? Like, it's weird. And I like Dillian White as a fighter. I just don't like him as a man.
Bring your family together.
Yeah, there you go. Bring your family together.
That was a damn
Dillian
bad
White
playing,
and
man. I
Dillian White.
freaking watched another. I was watching a prediction video on the Joshua fight, and they had a freaking ad there. But yeah, everyone's putting their predictions out now. You know what I noticed at the weigh-in, man? My God, man, the sides of these two skulls, like Joshua's skull, is so much bigger than Usyk's. It's just weird to see. I'm like, what the hell?
Well, I'm gonna tell you why.
I'm
I'm gonna tell you. This is the reason why I'm still kind of skeptical about the fight
For a month.
because
Make sure it doesn't interrupt with me payments.
because Anthony Joshua, I don't know what's going on with that man's chin. Before the fight when Andrew Ruiz won, you see Anthony Joshua would shit on his knuckles. Like he just got in a fight or something. Then you hear the Navy SEAL psychologist. Then you hear all these other things with him leading him to the fight. And it don't look right. And then he fight the same way after his L over and over again, like he's scared to get hit. I'm just sorry.
That's what I was going back to.
When I see it, when I look at Anthony Joshua, it's not a man that's willing to box, it's a man that's scared to get hit.
Mike, that's what I was saying before, where I was going back to saying that where it might be in some fighters, and it is in some people. If you've been fucking knocked out, some people are a bit wary of being knocked out again. Maybe that little itch might be in the back of his head. You don't know. But as far, can I just speak on the Dillian White Otto Wowling fight? For me, I think that's a 50-50 fight. Me, I think people don't give Otto Wowling his credit. I'm not saying he's some kind of superstar or anything like that. But I tell you what, man, he made Tyson Fury go life and death with him. He beat Dominic Brazil. I think, and I will actually give Dillian White credit because I think Otto Wowling is a better opponent than someone like fucking Trevor. Who was he trying to fight? Trevor Bryan or whoever.
Jermaine Franklin? Chris
Jermaine
Arreola?
Franklin, that was it, yeah. Like I said on my video, what I made about it, I actually think that it's a better opponent. But I don't think it's going to be an easy fight. I think Otto Wowling could quite easily win that. Maybe he won't, but
Well, I'll probably never. I mean, he could. He can beat. I mean, shit. Otto Wallen could probably could go back in time and beat everybody, and I still won't be impressed. I think it's personal. I don't know why. I don't like him because he seems like a decent guy, but I've never been big on him. Him and this
He's been running his mouth a bit lately about a certain someone. I'm not going to speak on it, but someone else did the same thing. And
well,
I thought
everybody talks about Wilder. Everybody talks about
Yeah,
Wilder.
but he's probably
it's
doing
not
that.
him. So I wasn't talking about him.
Oh,
That's
He's
why I
probably
didn't mention
doing that,
names.
bro, to get himself up into the.
Well, I put it
because
the main issue with that fight with Otto Wallin and Tyson Fury was that Otto Wallin, if you look at it, he was light on his feet. He kept moving.
yeah,
He kept moving. He made Tyson Fury work. And guess what happened
exactly,
when Tyson
Mike.
Fury started to work? Tyson Fury started to fucking tire out.
Yeah, Mike, that was a cherry pick nearly gone. That was a cherry pick nearly gone wrong. That was.
Let's be
If Otto
real.
Wallin had stamina, Otto Wallin would have kept tearing that cut up. Otto Wallin didn't have the stamina.
He doesn't have a second gear. This is the problem with Otto
Well,
Wallin.
there you go. There you go. There you go, Watson. Yeah.
He doesn't have a second gear. And when he gets hit to the body, it gets even worse. That's what I'm saying. Don't swear up on the ropes like that and allow people, when you're like, rather than staying on the ropes, right, with the Brazil fight and getting hit with those uppercuts, clinch, turn him around, use that, smother him,
Well, Brazil could barely move. I mean, he was just walking across.
Brazil was slow as a sloth.
I mean, he didn't even. I don't think he didn't train for that fight. I know he didn't train for that fight, and it's like,
Well, let me ask you
the Fury fight. You guys know me. I don't think Fury is all that to begin with.
Well,
None
Frank,
of these
can I ask you a
guys are head and
question?
shoulders above anybody.
Otto Wallin versus. Oh, fucking hell, it's going out of my head now. Oh, fucking hell, I was going to ask you someone. He don't matter, he's gone now. I just heard you mention someone. I was going to ask you Otto
Fury?
Wallin. No, it was someone else.
Brazil.
No. Dominic Brazil, that's it. Dominic Brazil versus Tyson Fury. Do you think that would be an easy fight?
Man, I don't know even.
It depends. Like
Brazil wants to train for that fight.
If
If
Brazil,
he did and he was up for it.
Potentially, yes, because
He might hurt him.
he throws very awkward. He throws all. You have to understand, if you put Fury back, there's not much in return. He's not a counterpuncher. Fury. He counters with the jab here and there, right? Again, Brazil throws very awkward shots, right? I'm talking about a top form Brazil. I'm not talking about the one that just fought. I'm talking about one that's ready to go physically and everything. He throws awkward shots to the head and the body. It's hard to see that shit sometimes, So that's just a consideration, I'll say.
Yeah, I think it'd be a good fight. I think he struggles with big, long, rangy fighters like that. I mean,
Fury is the most overrated fighter. Fury is the most overrated fighter in boxing today, hands down. I don't think anybody else is more overrated than this guy. I can't sleep at night thinking that people actually think that he's an amazing, great heavyweight. Some people say there was a guy on here. He was the best one of the past 15 years. He's not at all. I mean, he's so trash. He's not even all that. Like, oh my God, it just kills me. Like, it really kills
me. On that Facebook webpage, that fucking guy who was going back into telling me he was better than fucking Muhammad Ali.
When he gets beat on the ninth, then people can finally wake up.
I don't think you'll see him again. I think if he gets beat, I think he'll disappear. I really do.
My thing is like his last fight, dude. It's bullshit because like that guy in there. I mean, me and Watson, we looked at the CompuBox. If I was in there with the listen. If I was in there with Deontay, I would have had a higher connect percentage that night than Fury. I mean, Deontay was literally like a flagpole. He could not move. He was dragging his leg. And his connect percentage was still shit. Fury still couldn't land on him. That means you're trash. That means if somebody stood in front of you and you shot him, he would if somebody stood in front of him and Fury had a gun and he shot him, he would miss.
I think though what a lot as well as a lot what played out was the excessive leaning on him and punching behind the back of the head. Because let's not forget he got a point taken away from him for that, and that leaning on a fighter when you've got
Laws, he got a point taken away for choking.
Oh right, I thought it was for constantly.
No, it was for choking.
I know he was hitting behind the back of the head. Yeah,
he was literally grabbing his arm around and racking him up.
Oh yeah, I know he was doing dirty tactics, bro. I know that. I mean, fucking hell, it was at one point he was like forcing his whole weight down on him to try and hold it. And you imagine being a fighter trying to lift a fucking 270 plus pound guy?
Laws, I don't mind that. I don't mind that type of thing.
Yeah, but that drains you, Mike, as a fighter anyway.
You're choking somebody, that's different.
Yeah, he's fucking WWE style.
That's really dirty, and that's the reason why after the fight, the ref even said it. One of the dirty fighters I ever seen.
Eddie Cotton, yeah, I think he passed away, or is he still alive?
Who Eddie Cotton did?
Yeah, I think Eddie Cotton passed away.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I think he did a few months back, about 6-7 months ago, maybe a bit longer.
Yeah. He said he was. He said he was awful. He said he was
right,
really good.
I want to talk about one last fact before we get up out of here. This, what do you think of this fight?
Ooh,
this fight. And how do you see it going and why?
This is what I see out of this fight. I like both of these guys.
Yeah.
You know, I might not like some of the decisions that Crawford made, but I still like him as a fighter and as a man. Because I know, I told a lot of people, like, he's getting millions. Like, he ain't hurting for money. Like, he's just comfortable where he's at. He don't want to deal with the bullshit. But I like both of these guys. My only thing is, Sean Porter needs to learn better punch placement, better defense. You know, because you got it all, but you got to be able to turn it off and turn it on. It's like when you talk, me and you talking, and you're talking in the workplace with your boss. You got to be able to turn on the professionalism and the non-professionalism at a nigga second when it's needed be. And with Sean Porter, he has to be able to know when to fight the inside and when to not. You know what I'm saying? His jab ain't that bad. I mean, his punch, his foot placement ain't bad. But what's bad is when you're coming forward with your hands down. When you throwing punches in the inside and you looking and you seeing what's protecting the other side of your face. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's like his defense is lackluster, and I think that with Crawford's tenacity, because Earl don't have the same. This is me speaking. I don't think that Earl has the same killer instinct that Crawford had when they're in the ring, based off of the type of punches that Crawford throws and the type of punches that Earl throws. I think that Crawford will get rid of him. Will get rid of him when Earl Spence should have got rid of him.
Yeah.
Just based off of who Crawford is. If old Sean Porter, Mr. Yes Man, Yes Sir, is gonna come big ass tie, big ass clown shoes, wearing ass, he better not do that shit.
That green elf suit, what he wore a few years back.
Yes. He got it. If he work on his defense and his punch placement, and when to be in the inside and when not to be, to back up every now and again, to get out of range every now and again, I think he'd do all right. But if he's gonna do this, come forward, this Mexican style shit, he'll get his ass whooped.
Well, funny you should say that, because I spoke to Stormy about this a while back, and Stormy said same thing. Stormy says he's going to get beat up just as bad as what Cal Brook did. But I have to disagree, Mike. That defensive shit isn't in Porter's style. Porter ain't got no fucking defense, has he? Let's be honest. He's just a march forward, come forward, throwing loads of punches from different angles, fighting. I think this is fucking an hard fight. You can't write Porter off, man. Me personally, I think you're right. I think Bud would probably nick it, but I don't. I think me. I tell you how I see it going. I think it'll be the same as the Spence fight. I think he'll run him to the 12 rounds, but I think Bud will win because he's done the cleaner, crisper punches. That's what I think. Anyone else?
Come on, who's next? Come on, Tyrone and Watcher.
I think Terrence Crawford wins that fight. He might stop him, I don't know, but I think he'll have trouble early on, but he'll adjust and get the win like he does for pretty much most of his fights. Like he did versus his last fight, he had to adjust and got the knockout.
Right.
Yeah, Tyrone, that makes sense because in his older rounds with these lighter fighters, they be moving fast as fuck.
He does it all the time. It happened in the Delorme fight. It happened in the Hank Lundy fight. Even in the Gamboa fight. Like he always
fast in the first couple rounds.
He'll give him up. He'll give up the first couple rounds.
Let me just read these two comments quick. Well, Magic Man's put Porter should have changed trainer a long time ago. Well, that's a good point. But his daddy's his trainer, isn't he? Oh, he's deleted it now. Stormy's put, for the first time in his career, Porter is on a wardrobe of getting knocked the fuck out. See, I told you, Stormy said the same thing. Go on, watch it. I'll be back in a minute. 2 seconds. Watch
sorry,
it.
Nico. All right, yeah. Yeah, sorry. So Porter's gonna get knocked out. He's gonna get knocked out. And he's gonna be like, I don't know how that happened. You know, that stupid shit. You know, this one here gets me fired up a bit because earlier this year I was getting angry at Sean for not, pressing this fight. And I was getting angry at Crawford for not pressing it. But, as time went on, Sean has revealed himself as Showtime Sean Porter. Shout out to Black Star Sports TV for that one. Sean Porter is not the same guy anymore. Now, before anyone says anything, okay, when Crawford wins, because he will win, he will get my full credit. You understand? I'm not going to say this stuff, Errol beat him already. No. He will get my full credit. Believe that. Okay? Because we're going to talk about the fight once it happens, and boom, I'll be right. Sean Porter, okay, is not the same guy anymore. He's on fucking podcasts all the time. He's on damn Fox commentating all the time. Hell, he's even on Triller doing commentary in that. There are some days or time periods where he hasn't even been training with Kenny. Kenny has had to bring this kid to the house in Vegas to train with other novice guys. There was a clip a couple months back of them doing some work on the heavy bag. And Sean was tapping the bag, guys. He was tapping the bag. He wasn't hitting it. He was tapping it. All the other guys were laying into it. This guy was tapping it. Kenny stops the round. He's like, we're doing this shit again because Sean's doing this bullshit on the bag. He's doing all this soft bullshit. Yeah? And I saw him do it again. So when Sean Porter gets on his podcast and talks shit about Wilder not listening and that, yep, that's coming from personal experience. You don't listen to Kenny. Hence why in the fights that you could have had an easier time in, you had a hard time because you didn't listen. When Adrian Broner caught him, when Errol Spence caught him, when he went lunging in with that bullshit. And Stormy brought a good point up the other day where Sean has now believed in himself that he can box, he can outbox you, this and that. Just because Sean is a little bit loose sometimes, and he can dance around a bit, and he crosses his legs as well, which Ugas what do you talk about? Catching him on that knockdown in like the 11th or 12th round, where it was like a slip, really, but whatever. I'm not going to argue that. This is made for Crawford. It's a guy that lunges in recklessly. Okay, he gets desperate. Sean is not going to be in condition like how he used to. Okay, it's not an excuse. It's just what it is. He's not the same anymore. Crawford's going to whoop him, right? Crawford would whoop him anyway, regardless of what shape he's in. Okay, in my way of the fight going is Crawford's going to drop him in the first round. Okay, probably an uppercut or some shot over the top down the middle. Right, Sean's going to get up, bouncing, all confident. He's going to want to get it back, and he's going to get knocked out. He's going to get put to sleep. He'll be snoring. All that shit he was talking about, I'm deserving of this and that. If you win, maybe. Sean has exposed himself now. He is no longer the game fighter that we used to know. He's not game bred, really. He will get knocked out this fight. He will. And his best chance of winning the fight is to crowd, be messy, fighting close. Trying that shit from the outside will not work because he's going to get countered. And another amateur mistake he makes is he keeps his damn mouth wide open when he's exchanging. That, my friend, is how you get a broken jaw. And Crawford loves to hit you in that mid-range with those hooks and uppercuts that are very hard to see because he throws them at different angles sometimes. Yeah? And it could be a knockout where Crawford's going forward on him or going back or countering him. And Loz, it's your opinion. That's fine. But I'm just saying, dude, like...
knocked out, bro. No chance.
You say that. You watch. Like,
nah.
I'm not a fortune teller. I can't tell the future. I'm just making...
Knock him out. There's no way Spence knocking him out.
I'm not a future teller. I'm not.
Right now. That's right, Watcher. Tell him, Watcher.
Yeah, like Don King. King.
Honestly, man, Porter's never been knocked out. And
he will get knocked out this fight. He'll get knocked out this fight.
But Law, if he goes in fighting the same way and not learning anything, his opponent knows him.
Yeah, I'm not saying he's gonna win.
No.
I'm saying,
Laws, I understand what you're saying, but I don't agree with the thing about he's not confident in boxing. Because I'm gonna tell you something about not being confident in boxing. If you're not confident with boxing, right, that means you're confident with taking lumps upside your head. And I don't think any boxer out there wants to fucking get hit all goddamn day long because they're not confident in boxing, in a boxing ability.
But Mike, there's some boxers what thrive off that shit.
No. What I said was, I don't think any boxer that can box, because that's what you're gonna try to do while you're in the ring. Eventually, you're not gonna fucking sit there and just like Derek Chisora. He tries to box, it don't fucking work out.
Mm.
It don't work out because he don't know how to.
I'm not being funny, but I just can't.
He ain't been trained to.
Yeah,
we can see on Sean Porter, he's been trained to box. Especially if you're going to be in this situation in these lower weight classes, you have to be able to box a bit. I don't think it's a non-confidence because you deal with more pain and more headache by not boxing. And the big L.
No, he's not. No. He's not knocking Porter out. Don't care.
I'm not saying he will knock him out, but it's possible if he doesn't change his ways in this fight because
Porter ain't gonna change his ways, Mike. He's fought his whole career like that.
Yeah, because Porter has he's been consistent over wins and losing.
Yeah, but Mike, when you've been fighting that way all your career, why change the style now? I'm not
Because
saying
you're
I'm not,
ill.
I'm not saying that he's going to win. I'm not saying he's going to lose. But what I'm saying is, Porter only knows one way, and that's to come forward and smother you and disrupt your game plan, and then get you up out of there. And end of the day, it's been effective. He's beaten some great fighters. He's a 2-time world champion.
But the elite fighters, he should have beat. He
Yeah,
should have
but
beat.
Mike, it can be controversial over the Cal Brook fight,
No, yeah. But what I'm talking about
and it
with
can also
Earl,
be.
maybe if he would have learned how to, maybe if he would have worked on his defense a little bit better,
Man,
You didn't listen
maybe
to
he
Kenny.
would have won.
he made. Yeah, I agree with what Magic Man said earlier in the chat. Porter should have changed his trainer a long time ago, and I do agree with that. He should have adopted a different type of style. But we don't know what the relationship is between him and his dad. And it's obvious that they're fucking like that, aren't they? You know, there's so many. Look at Chris Eubank. He's another one. He's a God given talent of a wasted fighter who's wasted his career through listening and sticking to his dad and not moving. That's why I'm not a big fan of Joshua Buatsi. I think he's a good fighter. But one thing I do take my hat off what Stormy pointed out, that the guy has gone up to America and gone and try and find another trainer. And he even said on his interview, he's gone as far as he can in the UK now. Now he needs to switch it up again. And that's what Chris Eubanks Jr. should have done.
Like I said, Laws, how long I've been saying that?
Yeah, you have, Mike. That's right.
Loz. But Chris is with Roy Jones now.
Yeah, I know. But that's what I'm saying. Now he's moved. But is it too late, Watcher?
No, it's not. It's not
Because
too
he's
late.
30 odd years of age.
He's improved.
Yeah,
He's
he has
improved.
improved, Watcher, but what I'm saying is, bro, he should have done this when he was 21, 22, not fucking 31 or 32. He's wasted the
Did he not
10
go to the
years of his career.
Well, he did go to the Mayweather gym in Vegas when he was around that age. Because
Few
remember,
times, yeah, but
when he was a
always
kid,
guided by his dad.
he went to
And the old chap with the white hair who was his dad's trainer. You tell me,
Ronnie?
right?
That's Ronnie,
Yeah.
isn't it? In Brighton.
Yeah, Ronnie, yeah. Ronnie, that's him. You telling me, right? I'm not being horrible, but you telling me that Billy Joe Saunders would have beaten Chris Eubanks Jr. if he'd had a proper trainer? No fucking way on earth.
I
And
never
way
rated Billy. I never
no
rated
way
Billy
would
anyway.
George Groves have beat him.
You think so, Laws?
I don't think they would have beaten him.
George, in my opinion, had more grit than Billy. George, when George went out, George.
George's
I mean, you go ahead. Yeah.
fighter. George's fantastic fighter.
I mean,
I love George. Well, I don't love him.
Well,
I
Billy
like
got
George
some quick
Groves.
now.
George Groves is a fantastic fighter.
I can't believe he actually fought Badu Jack at 175.
Yeah.
Who,
But that
Bobby
was the
Jack?
thing with George, though. That was the thing with George, though, Watch. He never shied away from a fight. Never shied away from a
Well, he
fight.
came
Got
over
carved
to
twice.
Vegas. He came over to Las Vegas to fight Badu Jack, and that was a split. I mean,
But don't even get me started. I mentioned Badu Jack, but Jesus Christ.
I hate Badu Jack. I
No,
think.
but what I'm trying to say is, man, people always think that Porter's this fucking well, he is one-dimensional fight, but I've heard a lot of people say, oh, Porter's not this, that, and the other. Porter's a fucking good fighter, man. And I tell you what, he's going to have Bud working his arse off. Bud probably will win, and beyond that, I would probably favour Bud more than anything. But I don't think. But that's a fight. What no one expected him to do what he did to Errol Spence. He made Spence work.
I had it. I think Spence made it harder than it was, to be honest.
Which fight?
Spence
You think so?
Water. Yeah, I had it like 116, 111. I thought, yeah, I had a clear cut for Spence. I mean, it was like
I don't think so.
it
Very
wasn't
entertaining fight.
this. I didn't see a Sean Porter win. I'll say
I
that.
don't think he did win. But I think
But yeah, I mean, but but the way he was, I mean, dude, that motherfucker he be taking some nice, clean shots, though. A lot of them.
That's what I'm saying, Mike. That's why he's not getting knocked out.
Eventually, Sean Porter ain't gonna be taking these nice, clean shots over and over again. He's not. It's just gonna come with the damage.
Crawford's got that
boy,
venom.
you look at the tape and you look at the pictures of that motherfucker jaw moving left and right throughout the course of all of his fights. Come on, man.
Let me read these comments quick. Stormy's put Porter is a Toyota Celica, Bud is a Corvette. I can't pronounce this guy's name.
Adari Pennant.
Pennant, yeah. It's put Chisora versus Jermaine Franklin would be an interesting fight. I think Chisora would flatline him.
Jermaine Franklin. He signed a contract to fight Dillian, and apparently Dillian didn't sign. Wow.
Yeah, like Ergovich. He turned Ergovich down, didn't he?
Apparently, you know what? If I'm gonna try to talk to him, do the interview, I'm gonna have all y'all on there.
Yeah, I'm trying to get an interview.
Oh shit!
I'm trying.
I'm gonna try to get all y'all on there. I'm gonna talk to him and say, hey, I'm gonna have these 3 guys on there and put it and give them all y'all pages and be like, look, you know, we just talking about your upcoming fights and what happened with you with Edward Hearn. That's it. And I mean, if you want to talk some more stuff, I mean, you know, good on him. But I'm not a good interviewer, but I know I can ask a few good questions, and y'all gonna ask some good questions and stuff like that. But it'd be nice for something to have. I'm gonna ask him. You know what? I'm gonna ask him.
I've watched boxes on Instagram, Mike, but none of them have ever got back to you.
But that's the only one I'm close to. Like Rob Easter Jr. Like,
I know you know.
I'm kind of close to him, but he don't even know that I know people in his family. So I don't like when I saw him. I'm not gonna tell you where I saw him. I'll tell y'all later. If y'all want to ask me where I saw him, I'll tell you exactly where it was.
Yeah. You told me.
And like, he don't know. He know my old lady. He don't know that. And he don't know a lot of people I hang around with. He don't know I know his sister and stuff like that. I just, you know, I keep it. You know what I'm saying? I looked at him, gave him a nod, and he looked at me like nigga, you ain't shit, and walked off. But it was kind of like one of those things. Like he always hangs out by himself, and he didn't know me, so he was just like, you know, get the fuck out of the way.
Yeah. Right. I'm going to end with this last fight because this guy's just
no way.
Fucking hell, Mike. It's nearly 12 at night.
Man, fuck you. It's Friday, motherfucker.
No, but I've got a lot to do tomorrow because boxing's on shit. I've got to fucking spring clean this place. And
what you got to do? You got a grocery shop, motherfucker?
Yeah, I've got a bit of food shopping to do.
You got to wash your panties? What you got to do?
Housework is the main one, bro. Fucking hell, my eyes are burning. Right. This, I seen, was it Watts who put this in the WhatsApp group? This fucking bullshit.
No, I didn't put that in. I put a different thing in. But
yeah, I know it was different. This was the only thing I could find.
No.
Shit.
But Lars, that ain't the bullshit. The bullshit
is real, then.
The bullshit is who Lucas Brown is fighting next.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I see that as well.
Alan the Savage.
Lucas Brown still
remember when he fought Tom Little? I actually went back and watched that. I think I don't know if I was watching it live. I forget, but Tom Little is funny, dude. Like, he was getting just touched up by Babbage, and then he just screamed. He was like, "Come on!" He said, "Come on, Babbage." Yeah. And I'm just like, oh my god.
I tell you what, I'm not being disrespectful, but
be disrespectful. Trust me, it works.
Babbage is he ain't an heavyweight. He should stay. He should fight at cruiserweight.
Well, his name's not Babbage. It's the Savage. His alter ego.
Well, Savage, the Babbage, whatever. As soon as he steps up to fight an elite heavyweight, he's getting. I'm not even an elite heavyweight. Michael Hunter would do a fucking number on him.
What? Don't even mention them in the same convo. Alan Babbage was calling out Hergovich, and I was laughing. I'm like, you gotta get hurt bad.
The floor with him.
He can't be Ergovic.
I feel sort of sorry for Ergovic because no fucker wants fighting, do they? And I mean, I
The only
don't
thing,
know.
like, the only thing with Hergovich is it's a bit convenient for him. Like, you know, when Michael Hunter was calling for it, he didn't want it. Now all of a sudden he wants it after things fell out. But I get you, like, you know, freaking, I think Martin Bacoli got offered it. Look who he just fought. Actually, didn't he just called out Dillian White, knowing he has a fight booked?
Yeah.
Yeah, but the thing with Michael Hunter was kind of different. Yeah, I mean, technically you can say Michael Hunter ducked Hergovich. You can.
Yeah, because he was
Those are
asking
two-
for that much money, wasn't he, Mike?
Yeah, but the thing about it is that if he was to go up over there with Triller and fight him on Triller, they both would get more money now. But the thing about it is like nobody knew how much money you can get from a YouTube fighter as a fighting as the main event, and you fighting as a co-main event, or not even that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like one of those things. Like, what do you do as a fighter? You fight Herkovic on this, or somebody giving you this Triller thing, you get up over there. Like, what do you do? And I think the thing with Herkovic is, I think that a lot of these other fighters should be trying to fight him. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I fucking hit the lotto for 75 whatever million, y'all motherfuckers best believe I'm going to throw money at some fighters to fight each other.
Yeah.
To make some money. I'm be one of the only niggas that see Al Haymon's face.
That's the thing, though, Mike. A lot of these fighters don't want to fight one another, man.
It's not that.
Like Joseph Parker.
Yeah,
Like Joseph Parker.
Joseph Parker, another wasted, God-forgiven talent. For a lot of people, well, you know how I feel about Parker, Watcher.
Well, how I used to feel about him, because now, you know, he's a funny guy, him, because
so fucking irritating, Parker.
You remember when he was talking all that shit about Joshua, like, oh, I'll knock you out. Remember they played the tape at the press conference of like Joshua and the amateurs. He's got glass chin. What happened when you went in there, huh? You fought scared. You know, you backed up and you didn't do anything. And now all this road later, see, Chisora beat his ass, which was never meant to happen.
No,
Okay,
it wasn't. You're fucking right there.
Remember, we were discussing this over a year ago. We were saying Parker kills this guy.
Yeah.
Easily, right?
Yeah.
But look what happened. And, you know, Parker was like laughing in that first round when he got up off the floor. Remember, he was on the floor. Chisora wasn't on the floor. Parker was on the floor.
Never put Parker on the floor.
He did, though. This is what happened.
Oh, I know that, bro. I'm just saying he should never have landed clean.
And he did. And you know what? He proceeded. You know what lost Chisora that fight? Two things. He went 100% every round, which made him gas. And he tries to slip and roll under every punch. You can't roll and slip every punch. You have to use different techniques with that. And he ends up getting caught sometimes, right? He tired himself out trying to get Parker out of there. Parker held on for dear life.
Yes, he did.
And you know what's going to happen in the second fight? Parker's going to get the decision again.
Yeah.
It will be a crap fight. It will be worse than last time.
Well, do you know what? Do you know what turned me off from Parker? Watcher when he fought fucking. I got up early in the morning to watch that fucking Far fight when he fought Far.
We did a post fight. Me and Watcher did a post fight about that.
Man, that was the most disgusting fight I've ever seen. The fucking amount of excessive holding what Junior Far was doing. How the fuck did that go 12 rounds?
You have to understand, Junior Far is coached by Eugene Behrman, who coaches Israel Adesanya, who's a UFC champion, right?
Right.
The guys that come out of that gym, that's why I pay attention to trainers a lot.
They can't box.
They have a very heavy emphasis on feints, but they don't throw damn punches. And look what happened. All he did was throw one jab, hold. I thought Klitschko was in there for a minute because Klitschko used to always hold, you know? And Parker fuck Parker, man. Yeah.
You're watching the fight in the Weatherspoons and Hackney. Oh, right. Mickey from East End of London, are you, bro?
Are you gonna take the 3-hour drive over there, Laws?
Me? No, fucking, I'm not. What, to London from here?
Yeah, to follow up
No,
with
it's
Mickey Down.
more like 5 hour drive for me, bro. Five or 6
How
hour
far
drive.
did you move up from where you lived?
I live near Derby, me. I live on the outs. Well, I live in Staffordshire, but like not far from the Derbyshire border, if you know what I mean. I'm what they call West Midlands. I'm like,
I think I know where
how
you
far
are.
are you? How far are you from the? What's the next biggest town? The next
to
biggest
me,
city?
the nearest city to me is Stoke-on-Trent, which you probably wouldn't have heard of that. But the nearest biggest city to me is Manchester. Which
So
would be,
when we come down there, we got to go to Manchester. And how far is Manchester from you?
for me, Manchester's probably about 40 miles, 30 miles.
Oh shit! So if I come down there, you definitely gonna bring your little dusty ass, bitch ass about the fucking house.
The only dusty ass here is you, Mr. Johnson. You're the original dusty ass nigger.
Yeah, fuck
You
you.
still live in West Midlands. Isn't
Yeah,
that
fuck
show
y'all.
with
I'm
the
about to
bailiff?
put y'all in the trunk.
Yeah,
Isn't
you ain't
that
getting
show with
here.
don't they have like a bailiff a bailiff company over there where they take people's stuff away?
Oh, I know what you're thinking of. Yeah. Oh God. Yeah.
Bailiffs
fucking
from West Midlands.
oh, yeah. It was a TV program. If you can't pay, oh God, what
Yeah,
was it
okay,
called?
they'll take it away.
That's it. Yeah.
Can't pay it. I can't pay it.
Yeah.
Can't pay it, mate. I can't pay it.
That's it. Yeah, that's it. What about Luis Ortiz versus Krubak Pulev?
You want to see a body bag? You want to see a body bag? Yeah, all right, I'll see that.
Smashes Pulev all day long.
Damn, I
Yeah,
thought it was Luis Ortiz versus Andy Ruiz.
No, there's
That or Charles
gentleman
Martin.
who's asking for like opinions on fights. Luis Ortiz, fantastic fighter. An absolute damn shame what's happened to that guy. Been aged out, frozen out, fucking whatever you want to call it.
He's been aged out by everyone.
Andy Ruiz is unbelievable. He's getting knee surgery because he's like, oh, I'm not going to be back until December. And then they asked Ortiz about the fight. And they're like, yeah, he ran. That's simple.
Damn, I didn't know that.
Ortiz Tyson Fury, that's a fight I'd love to see. That's a good fight, that is. There's so many good, but
there's so many good ones.
Yeah, there is, watching. And you've got to allow these fucking other guys. This is what pisses me off about boxing. They don't allow these other up and coming fighters a chance to fucking get in there. Well, fuck all this Mando shit. They should work on some kind of system. If the fans call the fights, make the fucking fights.
The IBO doesn't do mandatories.
Well, that's what happened with Broner in a way, right? After he beat that Paulie guy, whatever his name is, he went and did a poll about who he wanted to fight next, and they chose Maidana. And it backfired, and it's never been the same.
Yeah, but you know what? He got in there, didn't he?
At least he went and fucking did it, though, bro.
Some of these other guys, they don't want to do it.
Exactly,
they want to talk like gangsters, yeah, and make threats and everything.
Pranksters.
Yeah. Freaking just
He
showing
ran
off.
Like he ran like a chicken.
Yeah, chicken.
Yellow belly. That's what I mean.
Remember when the dude's trainer was laughing? I forget who it was. He was like, he ran like a chicken with Mayweather. He ran like a chicken.
There's that the Guerrero.
Oh God!
Guerrero's
He
dad.
ran like a chicken.
He got his ass beat though, didn't he?
Yeah. Right, brothers. I'm gonna get up out of here.
You ain't going nowhere.
Mr. Johnson, you dusty ass nigga. I'm going to bed, bro.
Man, I'm gonna bring an excavator to your fucking house. Motherfucking raise all kind of fucking dust up around that bitch.
There ain't no dust around here, bro.
Those nonce videos.
Them what videos?
Nuts. What's it called? A nuts.
Nuts.
The Sting.
Mike, Tyrone, don't even bring that
scenes.
shit up.
I don't know what you're on
I'll
about.
tell you
What's
behind
that?
the scenes. I'll ask you behind the scenes.
What's that, Tyrone? You got me intrigued now. I'm on people.
No,
asking me.
Laws, trust me. For your
All
channel's
right.
sake, you know.
All right, fair enough.
What's a nuts? What's a nuts?
Nuts.
You, Tyrone?
Yeah. A
What?
nut.
I don't
A
fucking
nut?
know.
Yeah.
Or did you say nonce?
Yeah, that's what I said.
A nonce?
Yeah.
A nonce is a fucking sex offender, man.
Damn.
Oh, I
Jesus
don't want to be
Christ.
talking on to that shit on here.
No, not on live, behind the scenes. But there's video. I was watching this video about it. I wanted to ask you if you still watch.
Yeah, don't worry about it, man. Don't worry about it. Just, you know.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
you
because
know?
Watson got too many problems.
It's out of nowhere. It's out of
He
nowhere.
got
But
hooligans
it
knocking
reminded
over
me of you
police.
because you put a video like that in the WhatsApp.
Oh, fucking hell. I know what you're on about. That Mexican guy who got his arse whooped off the police. Is he on about that, Mike?
Well, there's
No.
there's these vigilantes who do it. You know, they pose as a decoy and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
I
my
know what
buddy
you're
got
on
hit
about.
on
Yeah,
some shit like that out here,
yeah.
man.
They're
I
fucking
mean-
great, they are.
I've been trying to find his ass and talk to him
Yeah,
about
they're
this,
called...
his sex offender ass, but he ducking and dodging.
They're called, they're like online hunters for paedophiles.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they catch them. And when they get them and they ask them questions and they try to get off and they beat them off, it's fucking hilarious.
I was on PlayStation with Watcher last night, and I just kept laughing about it. There's this guy, his name was Tony Myers from Bradford, and then he said, "I was on way to fucking Bingley. I did fuck all."
Hey, ask Mike about that one, what I sent him. It was a Mexican one. These fucking coppers, man. They chained this fucking youth to the back of this Jeep, handcuffed him, ripped his pants down, and fucking baseball batted his arse cheeks. Do you remember that, Mike? Fucking hell. Yeah,
Told him-
one copper.
told him
They
cheeks up.
both had, can you remember it, Mike? They both had balaclavas. One was filming it, and the other one was whipping his ass with a baseball bat because he was a fucking pedo.
Fucked him up.
hell,
He'll never do it
that's
again because
ruthless,
he
man.
can't sit down no more. His ass is broke.
Fucking right, and that's only what they deserve, the dirty bastards.
If I was them, I would have hanged them vertically, like parallel to the
Right.
ground, took the baseball bat, then hit the bell in with the baseball bat.
Yeah, fucking
I would
right.
fucking-
Put it on a chopping board and fucking bash the bastard.
Right with a baseball bat.
We hacker. Right, anyway, I'm up out of here. Don't
Jesus
talk about them dirty ass bastards.
Yeah.
Michael,
All right.
pleasure, brother. Peace to you, bro. Watch it.
Yeah, man.
Peace,
Peace, man.
to
Thanks
see
for
you
having me
through.
on.
It's been great chopping it up with you. I have to do it more often. I might even go live after the fight tomorrow. I don't know. See how I feel.
Mm-hmm.
Right, Ron.
Just
Okay,
stay. Just I
pleasure.
want to keep talking to you about this because it's funny. Just after this live, just quick 5 minutes.
All right, mate. Right, I'm up out of here. Peace to everyone. I'll catch you on the next one.